y'all, and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I apply my false lashes. I've had several of you ask me to film this video, so I thought I would. Now, quick disclaimer, not a professional. I don't know if the way I'm doing it is the right way or the wrong way, or if there is a right way or a wrong way, but this just works for me. And I will say, if you're doing this for the first time, do not get discouraged. It takes practice, and you will get it if that is something you really want to do. So, without me blabbering on anymore, if you're interested in knowing how I apply my false eyelashes, then just keep on watching. Okay, we're about to get close and personal. I've had several of y'all ask me to film how I put on my false eyelashes, so I thought I would show you that today. So for my eyelashes, I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using these. Now, ordinarily, I get the ones that have the like turquoise. I think they're called the natural or something like that. I'll insert a picture of what they look like, but they were out of those at Walmart and I needed some new ones. So I just grabbed these. I've worn these before, but what I like, what I look for in an eyelash is I make sure that it has, it's graduated. It's from shorter to longer because I like to make my eyes look a little bit wider, longer, elongated, I guess. I also look for the no-show band. I don't like it to have the black across where it looks like the eyeliner. This is just my personal preference. I mean, if you like that, that's fine. But I like the invisible or the no-show band. And I also have to trim these. So what I do is I open these up. And I don't like, let me get a brush. I don't like my eyelashes to come all the way to the inner corner. I like to stop them kind of about right here. And then I just blend my little bit of lashes that I have right here in with my false lashes. So when I measure mine, I like to, you know, put the shortest part here and then measure, and then I'll see what I have to cut off. Now, I've heard of several different ways you can cut the lashes, but I like to cut them from the outer corner only. I do not like to cut that inner corner because they're already short and tapered, the style lashes that I get, so I always cut them from the outer corner. So, I'm going to show you, there's two different types of glue I use, and right now I'm currently really favoring this duo glue in the tube, but I also like the duo glue in this tube. I like to get the white because it dries clear. If you wear a heavy black eyeliner, you know, the black eyeliner, the black glue might work for you. I'm just real kind of messy sometimes when I'm putting my lashes on and getting them where I want them. So I like the fact that this glue dries clear. So just keep that in mind. If you're using the black glue and you're kind of messy with your lashes, if you don't have, you know, a black liner or something, you might see it. So just keep that in mind. I also use these little scissors to cut my eyelashes. And you're going to need, I use just regular tweezers. And I just kind of use my tweezers. And I start at that outer end, pulling mine off because I know I'm going to have to cut my lashes. So if by some chance the outer corner of these lashes get damaged while I'm pulling them off, it's not going to matter because I know I'm going to be cutting them off because they're extremely long. Okay, so let me get my lashes off. So now I also like to, I don't know if you can see, but it has some of that adhesive on it. I will just kind of take my nail and kind of get that adhesive off. I don't know that it would show on my lashes, but I don't want it there, so I just kind of take it off the best that I can. I'm not going to worry too much about the end of it because I know that I'm going to be cutting that. Okay, so I'm going to take my eyelashes. Now, what I normally do, because I have my other lashes that I've been wearing, I will use them instead of doing this step. But if this is the first time you're doing it, I'm going to show you what you would do. So you're going to put your eyelashes about where you want them. on your eye. Ooh. This is hard into doing it on the camera. Well, you can just kind of like lay it up there and kind of get a general idea. And you can see I'm going to need to cut quite a bit of this lash off. So I will just kind of get a spot and start cutting. And I will say, you know, cut a little bit. If you have to cut more, that's fine. But you don't want it to be too short because then you've just ruined your whole eyelash. So I like to cut generally, I don't know if y'all can see. Generally, I cut about this much off my lash. So let me just start there. Yep, that's going to be about right. Now, I will say, my eyes are different, so I have to do this for each eye. I can't just say, okay, I've got a good guide here and do it. But I will do the same thing on the other eye. But now I'm going to show you how I use my other eyelashes to measure and cut for this. So these are my used eyelashes, and they have quite a bit of glue on them. But what I will do is I will take the matching eyelash and I will put it, I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing. It's kind of, okay, right there. I will put the front end, I will match the ends up, focusing on the front of them. And can you see right there? This shows me exactly where I need to cut, and then I will just cut that off. And this eyelash is now ready for me to add glue. Now, the most important thing when you are doing eyelashes, you have to let the glue get tacky. You cannot put the glue on there and then just go straight on to putting your eyelashes on. So what I like to do, as you can see, all I've done is my eye makeup. And if you're interested in how I do my makeup, I do have several videos down below. Several videos on my channel. I will link them down below. I have a whole playlist of my makeup. It's the same thing. I don't really change it up. Once I find what the technique that works for me, I might change and play with some colors, but it's the same thing. And I've not changed any products that I use. So what I do is I get my eyes done. Notice I do not have blush or anything on. I just have my eyes done. Now, this is what I like to do. So before I do anything else, I'm going to take my eyelashes that I just, cut. And I always start with the eyelash that I know that I'm going to use first, which is I always go do my right eye first, I guess because I'm right-handed. I put it in my hand, and I've been favoring this glue, I guess because it's kind of a little older and it gets tacky faster, but you definitely want your glue to get tacky. Do not try to put fresh glue on and go straight to your eyelashes. You're going to make the biggest mess. It's not going to work. It has to get tacky. So before I do anything else, I'm going to put my glue on my eyelashes, and I just take my glue. I just rub it along my lashes, my lash band. And you want quite a bit, but not so globby, because you do want it to kind of get tacky relatively quickly, or I do. Like that. And then I'll just lay this down and let it start getting tacky. And then I'll go in and do the same thing to my other eyelash. Just gonna put some glue. Oh, glue. Now, a little tip, try to avoid getting glue on the actual lashes. Sometimes it happens. It's not always easy to kind of do that. But like if I'm doing this and I get a glob, I'll just kind of like take my finger and get the glob off. And the more you do this, I promise you, the easier it gets. The first time you do it, you're gonna think, oh my gosh, this ain't worth it. And it's a pain. But I promise you, the more you practice with the false eyelashes, the quicker it gets, and you'll be an old pro in no time. I wear them every day. I love them. And it takes me literally no extra time to do it. So I'm gonna let those get tacky. So what I'm going to do next is I like to put on a very thin coat of mascara. I kind of look at it as it kind of gives the lashes something to adhere to, like a little shelf. It kind of helps hold them. So I like to curl my eyelashes. So I'm going to go in and curl my lashes for just a second. And then I'm going to put a very thin coat of mascara. Now, there are some days I don't wear lashes. Like, if we're going to be doing a whole lot of outside work or stuff like that, then I won't wear lashes. But for the most part, I wear them every day because I love them. So I'm just going to do the same thing to the other eye. I really like to just kind of get in there at the base. So when I do that, then I will go in and put my eyelashes on, but they're still, I'm going to show you, they're still not quite tacky enough. Do you see how you can still see all that glue? They're not quite tacky enough, but you see how in little spots, it's kind of changing a little bit of a color. That white is kind of going away. That's what we want. We want that to kind of go away. So I'm going to let these continue to get tacky. And when they do, then I will come right back on and I will show you how I put them on. Okay. See how it's kind of turned and it's kind of not as white as it was when we first started. So now, we're about to get close. Okay, so now that I already tried to do it, I messed up, so I'm gonna have to redo it. But I just kind of pulled it off because it wasn't lined up exactly where I want. So, do over. So let me try to use this little mirror right here. I just kind of get where I want it to be. Stick it on there. Look. And before I stick anything down, I kind of pull it to where I want it. There. Where I want it there. And then I just clamp it down with my tweezers. Like that. Be very careful with the tweezers around your eye. But then I just go along and I'm just literally... Y'all see what I'm doing? I take my tweezers and I just mash my eyelash into the false lash. Like that. I will kind of I have a towel on my lap and I'll kind of do my tweezers, the towel between my tweezers to kind of get off any sticky that might be on there. And then I'll go back over it with my tweezers again. Just making sure that everything is good. And like that. So now I'm going to do the other eye real quick. And you may have to do your towel between your, you know, the glue kind of gets on the tweezer sometimes. Okay. Now you see how this is right here? If that was black, it would be a mess. So that's why I like the clear. Okay. So now that I've got my lashes on, I'm going to finish my makeup. I'm not going to do anything else to my eyes. I'm going to kind of let this like really dry. And then I'll come back and we'll finish up the eyes. So let me get the rest of my makeup on. Okay, so now that I've got the rest of my makeup done, I'm just going to take my mascara. And I like to use this Voluminous Carbon Black Waterproof Mascara by L'Oreal. I like it. And I'm going to now marry my lashes in with my false lashes and kind of cover up anything that might be like, you could see where the lashes are. And I'm just gonna kind of start blending in the inner corner of my lashes with my false lashes. So let's do that. So what I do is I just kind of go up under here and I just kind of wiggle it like that. Just at the base. I do not bring the mascara up into the false lashes. I've done that before by mistake and it really looks bad. So then I take the pointy tip of my brush and then I just kind of start working my way with my lashes, like just kind of blending them in so they just look like they all go together. Like so. And then I just put a coat on my bottom lashes. I'll let that dry and then I'll come put another coat on my bottom lashes, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye next. And there you have it. That's how I do my lashes. I hope this helped you. Like I said, don't get discouraged if you go to do it and it doesn't work out the first time. Definitely don't try this for the first time when you're getting ready to go somewhere and you have to be somewhere. Don't do it. I would suggest you start playing with lashes when you're just at home. Just, you know, trying it out until you get comfortable with it and then do it, because it can kind of be difficult to start with. But like I said, the more you do it, the easier it gets. And I'm telling you, if I wasn't trying to show y'all today, done. But when you're trying to show somebody and talk, and of course things are going to go wrong, but it normally does not take me this long at all. I promise you, I can usually get it done. Just, it's like second nature, like brushing your teeth. So I hope that helped you. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, you know, just leave it in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer it. And I will leave the playlist of my makeup. And I think on one of those videos, I even show how I do eyelashes in one of those. I will link that playlist down below in the description section for you guys. Okay, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel get out there. And if you haven't already, I would really like it if you'd hit that little red subscribe button. And until next time, bye y'all.